I never imagined that a simple dinner at my girlfriend's place would turn into one of the most humiliating nights of my life. My name is Elliot. I've always considered myself quietly confident, not loud, not arrogant, just steady. Leia and I had been together for 8 months. I genuinely cared about her. She had this bright personality, quick humor, and effortless charm that drew people in. But nothing could have prepared me for what her social circle would reveal that evening. Leia had invited me over for what she called a low-key hangout with her friends. I'd met friends of partners before. Awkward? Maybe, but I wasn't worried. When I arrived, I was greeted by Tessa, Harlow, and Penny. Tessa was tall, blonde, and naturally commanding, taking over any room she entered. Harlow had a sharp wit, the kind of humor that could either make you feel included or cut you down instantly. Penny stayed quiet, smiling politely, but her eyes held that calculating glint that suggested she noticed everything. At first, things seemed normal. Small talk about work, hobbies, and TV shows. Then Tessa leaned in, that smirk on her face, like a punch disguised as a joke. "So, Elliot," she said, "Leia says you actually play video games." The word actually dripped with disbelief. I laughed it off, but I could tell she wasn't finished. "Oh, he's good," Leia added quickly, trying to soften it. "He's practically a pro at those indie games." Tessa snorted. "Indie games? That's adorable. Do you have an adorable little job, too?" Her friends giggled softly. My face warmed. Confidence slipped for the first time that night. Their tone wasn't playful. They were belittling me. Harlow joined in, adding, "And Leia says, you make her laugh a lot. Cute. Really cute." Penny, who had been silent until now, leaned in with a deceptively sweet smile. 8 months with him. You must really like her put up with, well, him. Their laughter wasn't friendly. It was the kind that comes from people who have already decided you're insignificant. I forced a smile, stunned, not angry yet, just off balance. Then Tessa went for the final strike. "So, what do you even do, Elliot? Or is it too boring to talk about?" The words were casually delivered, but the venom was unmistakable. A part of me wanted to snap back. But another part, the one that knew losing composure would only feed them, held me still. I inhaled slowly, met each of their eyes, and let the silence stretch just long enough for them to notice the shift. "I do a lot of things," I said evenly. "Some people think my work is boring. Some call it practical. I solve problems most people avoid. I do it quietly, and I do it well. Not to impress anyone, not for applause. I do it because it matters." The smirks faltered, even if only slightly. "And yes, I play indie games. I build things, create things, challenge myself. If that seems childish or cute to you, I'm fine with that. I'll wear it proudly." Across the table, Leia's expression shifted, guilt mixed with surprise. Perhaps she hadn't expected me to respond calmly. Perhaps she didn't know I would. The room's energy changed, subtly but noticeably. "You know," I added, steady as ice, "the way someone mocks another person usually reveals more about themselves. I can take a joke, but I won't let myself become one. And I think you know exactly why your jokes haven't stopped." Silence spread across the table. Leia's voice small. "Elliot, you don't have to." "I want to," I said gently, "because this matters. Not to impress your friends, but to be clear about who I am." For the first time, no one interrupted. They just listened. "I'm not here to earn approval," I said. "I'm here because I care about Leia. Who I am, my work, my hobbies, my values, that belongs to me, and I won't apologize for any of it." Their expressions softened. Tessa's arrogance waned. Harlow's grin faded into something like understanding. Penny's sharp little smile turned thoughtful. "I wasn't angry," I said calmly. "I wasn't tense. I just felt grounded." Turning to Leia, my voice softer, "I don't want to impress anyone tonight. I just want to be myself with you. If that makes anyone uncomfortable, that isn't my burden." Her hand tightened around mine, remorse in her eyes. I should have stepped in. I didn't realize. "It's okay," I said quietly. "Tonight isn't about confrontation. It's about clarity." Tessa cleared her throat, confidence shaken. "Maybe we went too far. Didn't mean to." It's fine, I said, still calm. Everyone has different ways of joking, but some jokes reveal boundaries. Tonight showed where mine are. Harlow laughed hesitantly. Guess you got more backbone than we thought. Penny nodded slowly. I actually respect how you handled that. Calm, steady, no drama. The rest of the evening flowed differently. The tension lifted. Sneers disappeared. Conversation was real. Leia looked at me with newfound appreciation. Walking home, I replayed the night in my mind. I realized something important. Strength isn't in matching volume or sarcasm. It's in refusing to be diminished. It's in speaking clearly without rage, standing firm without arrogance. That night, I didn't win anything. I didn't prove anything. I simply refused to be reduced. And in doing so, I reclaimed something far more valuable than their approval, my own self-respect. Under the streetlights, I smiled. I had walked into a room where people tried to make me small, and walked out feeling bigger, steadier, and more certain of who I was. Anyone who thought they could laugh at me again would think twice. Now they'd seen exactly what happens when I stop letting people decide my worth.